2013, I was the guy who was behind the camera. Every summit, every gathering like this, every event for Purple, for Yes Summit, I was the guy that was behind the camera. And even me say, they shocked me, say, now me can stand front. I won't give speech. Professionally, I've been doing filmmaking since 2011. So professionally, yeah. I've been making videos since 2011. Then Yawa started in 2014. When you have a skill, what separates you from other people that have the same skill is how much you know of that particular skill. And I'll ask this question. Has anybody here who has a skill, have you done that thing for the past 5 years? Constantly. Like 5 years, you're doing one thing and one thing only. Is anybody here that have done it? That you can beat your chest and say, now I don't do this one thing for past 5 years. Personally, I've been doing filmmaking for professionally. In school, I was making films in school, doing all my practicing and all that. But professionally, I would say 11 years. I don't know how to do any other thing. That's the only thing I know how to do. So I wake up in the morning, I do the same thing. I eat the same thing. My friends talk about the same thing. Even my friends that are not into filmmaking, when they see me, is what they talk about when they want to have my attention. And there's this quote. I would say that quote changed my life somehow. I was in SS3 and I saw this small book that had this quote in it. Stick to it like a postage stamp. It will take you there. That has been my mantra. Stick to it like a postage stamp. It will take you there. And it brings us back to the fact that have you been able to stick to one thing, chase one thing, fire it down, and ignore every other thing. Stay focused on that one thing without losing focus, without looking at something else. Yeah, I've been doing this for 11 years, but there were times where I actually say, man, this didn't they pay, make I just look somewhere else. Yeah, a lot of times. In fact, when I did a couple of first videos on YouTube, somebody in Lagos called me. I was like, man, Kassim, I like this thing you shot. It's very good, but meet me in my hotel room in Sheraton. I want to tell you stuff. I'm like, okay, no problem. Big shot now. I'm thinking maybe if I meet him now, the same mentality. If we meet big man, go help you kind of thing. Like I met the guy, and he was like, man, I like what you're doing. I like your storytelling. But you see this thing, it's too crude. You need to refine it. People that have money to watch stuff on the internet, they don't like this kind of story. This story too ajekpako. You need to fine-tune it. And I was confused. And I'm like, man, that was 2014. Because if you remember 2014, people know that are not that cheap, man. But we still went. Do you know what it took to be uploading that time? You go upload, then you will sleep there. But I didn't change my focus. Because one thing I learned is that you need to define what success means to you. The success guys means something to you. If you don't define what success means to you, you'll be distracted. It will be hard for you to stay focused. If success is, fine car, fine house, this, that, people respect you, all that, you will lose focus because now anywhere belle face you go there. Anywhere you face. If they say recharge card is selling, when recharge card was the in thing. Everybody sold recharge card. If you hear, videography is paying, you go buy camera. Bah. If it's not paying again, you drop it. You say, it's SKITS that is paying now. You go, you just be jumping. You see that thing, consistency. We say it a lot. Cliche something. Yeah, say consistency. Some people even ask me, oh, what does it take to be consistent? It's very simple. Pick something, stick to it, chase it till wherever it takes you to. Stick to it like a postage stamp. It will take you there. And it will take you there. It takes about, like they said, I saw this somewhere. It takes like, say 100 days. It takes about 100 days or 100 hours or so to master the basics of a new skill. It takes about, I think, 100 days to master the basics of a new skill. Right? Then when you master the skill, you can't try to become master. Right? Now, when you master that skill, most of the time, you know what happened to us? And I see it happen to even my friends in industry, that we started this videography thing together. You find out that when you are doing that one thing, it's like your leg is on the pedal. You're applying pressure. But sometimes, you know what we do? We remove our leg from the pedal and we'll go and rest or go and do something else. When you come back, you're not starting from the same place. There's what they call variance. Where is it called? It's kind of like reduction. As you're applying pressure, when you remove your leg, you start going back. So if you have gotten to 80%, when you remove your leg, what? Inverse variation. People in no book there. Oh shit. So when you remove your leg, this thing start going back up. So when you leave it at 80, when you come back to it, it goes to 50. And maybe somebody else somewhere, they press the same pedal with you. You don't get close to 100. But you don't go back because why? Distraction. You don't begin to look somewhere else. I learned this was in my head until, like I told you, I used to be the guy on the camera when engageddeborah is talking. So there's this thing he said, I don't know if it was in Notukbo. He said, to pick your passion, it has to be something you're very, very passionate about. And you want to be part of it. You love it, you want to be part of it. Or something you hate, you want to change it. That statement, I was like, boom! Now it be that. Why I chose filmmaking as a career it was because I loved it. I like storytelling. Back in the days in secondary school, I used to lie a lot. I feel tell lie from here to tomorrow. Pick up something. Pick a career. Anyone that you're passionate about or that you want to change something about it. You feel you can do something different about the career. Then learn the basics. Learn it. Because when I started filmmaking, I was not good. I was the wackest filmmaker around. In fact, I couldn't even speak English correctly, let alone how I want this to be write script. My English was poor. Come on, I grew up in a village. Not my fault. You understand? But gradually, I tell the fear of I know if you do them, I was like, man, I could do them. I started reading screenwriting books, talking to screenwriters, I started learning this skill. And I'm still learning it today. Learned from storytelling, learned photography, videography, learn editing, graphics. And I'm learning it because I feel that's the only thing that can separate me from the other guy. That's the only reason anybody is going to pay me. In fact, I say this all the time. Everything you want to get, everything you are going to get is at the other side of you, the amount of work you put in. Learn, practice. So after you don't learn the skill finish, start to practice. Practice and keep practicing and keep practicing. The when you practice, you become a master in that thing. When you become a master, Then when you become a master, people will reach out to you and say, help me do this, help me do that. Then you start earning money. But what happens most of the time is that many of us young people, when you start earning money, the next thing is that you want to show the witchcraft for your street, say you did ball. You want to begin ball. You want to begin let people know, say you do all right. Yeah, now you did do yourself. Oh. So once you start earning, you don't ball. Hello? You put it back into, you expand. I had one camera. I didn't have a tripod, no mic. So the first story I did, the first yawaskits, if you watch it, it was a silent movie. There was no dialogue. You know why it was like that? Because I had only a camera, a 600D. I didn't have a mic. I didn't have a tripod. I didn't have anything. So I wrote a story according to what I have. It wasn't because I go tell people, come help me. No. I wrote it according to what I have. And because the passion was burning so much, a lot of people wanted to key into that fire. So a lot of my friends was like, I like the way this thing, we are seeing this thing. Let's be part of it. So a lot of people wanted to work with me for free. And I remember the first time I came to APEH's office, and I said, oh man, we're talking about something else. And I'm like, I see this short film where I shoot to. And he said, like, you did this thing? I'm like, yeah. I say, you know what, the next one, now me go fund down. So, when you become a master, you start earning, then you expand. Once you start making money, you put it back. How many cameras we get now? 5? 5 cameras. Mics. Then I didn't have a mic. Now I have like 10 mics. Then it was just only me. I'll carry Kalisu, go shoot. There was a day I was even holding boom. I'll press record. I'll come and hold boom. Only me. But now, we are like how many in our office now? 15 staffs. And they are all happy. Now one of them be this. You know, people are being paid because I took that sacrifice. Say, okay, man, I got to do. So it's just basically it, man. So learn, practice, become a master, and invest back into your craft. Now, investing back into your craft, 2 ways. Is either you learn more or you buy more equipment or more. Don't ball. When you invest, learn more, earn more, then at a point you cannot reward yourself. You don't need to buy that nice car where you like. Buy that nice whatever where you like. Then continue learning. That's basically it. I don't finish.